Ball defeated Cleveland Middle 6-1 last night. Well, we're going to get back into our special coverage this morning. It's called Safe Tonight, Memories for a Lifetime. We are joined by the 24/7 movement, ATS The Bridge, putting a spotlight on prom night safety. And we are joined by some wonderful teachers from our local high schools, from Bradley, from Cleveland, and from Walker Valley. And Randy Bonner let me know that these teachers here have been selected by their students to be here this morning, and so we're so glad to have them. And I just want to start right here with you and give us your name and where you teach, if you want to come around there.
I'm Rebecca Ball, and I teach at Walker Valley High School.
At Walker Valley High School, and of course, Brittany Dillard.
Yes, she one of my besties. So we actually taught together on Freshman Academy for about a decade. So
is that right?
So this is a really important thing for me to participate in to honor her legacy.
You know, and her legacy is being lived out by what her parents, I should say her in-laws, and her family, and Randy here, the 24/7 movement have created. Tell me about the dangers and what you hope all of this accomplishes for prom night specifically.
I really want the kids to understand that it's not worth it. It's not worth the risk. This is one of those lessons that you want to learn the easy way and not the hard way, because you can't undo it. So it's incredibly important that the kids not take a risk on something that could alter their life or someone else's, or could take them out of this world completely. So driving distracted, using substances, anything like that, it's just not worth it. It's not worth the risk at all.
What do you hear? So we got a lot of parents and grandparents listening right now, family members. What are you hearing? I mean, you're right there at the front lines. So you're hearing.
Right.
What are you hearing from the students?
I think the kids really don't understand how dangerous vapes are and what goes in them. And parents don't understand how easy it is for their kids to get them, and how easy it is for them to trade them around. And just, one puff off of a vape could be the end. So I think that's something they really want to make sure they're aware of, that there are things that they don't see happening, especially with the digital world now, that kids can easily communicate that way, and parents have no idea what's going on.
All right, thank you so much, and thank you for being here. Come on up here. Tell us your name. I know your name.
So I'm Lisa Yulo, and like Rebecca, I am a Brittany Kids Club sponsor at Walker Valley, and I am a Brittany Kids Club sponsor because my son is a Brittany's kid, and before Roman became Brittany's kid, Brittany was my kid. She was, before she became Mrs. Dillard, she was the sweetest angel in my class. So that, wow. Therefore, for all of the above, many reasons, this is, like Rebecca, this is important to me, this mission. I'm very thankful for the community rally around the students, including my son. I know this prom group very well. That that makes me less the wiser. That's parenting 101. We know very little, even though we know we are the parents of the kids. So I'm the lucky mom this year, because prom ends at my house. That wasn't that way last year, and it wasn't that way when my daughter was at Walker Valley going to her prom. So that's exciting. So prom ends at my house. I don't know what it is about the kids, and they just love their sleepovers, and they're getting together after prom. And the after prom thing is, I think, something that parents can ask their kids about, should probably, if it wasn't at their house. Like I said, I'm lucky this year, but in years past, I had to find out where that the kids spent after prom, and so I'll be having to drink lots of caffeine drinks. I promised.
I'll give you some advice on some strong Colombian coffee. I guarantee you right now. Lisa, hey, and I by contract, I've got to say your husband, Rocky, is a former Mix Madness champion. So anyway, tell him I said hello.
Appreciate you so much, Steve.
Thank you for coming in, Lisa. Great to see you. Come on up here. Give us your name. Tell everybody. I know who you are, but tell them who you are.
Hey, I'm Jenna Morrison. I teach leadership at Cleveland High School.
Jenna, what are you hearing on campus as people prepare for, as the students prepare for prom?
There's a lot of excitement going on. Since I teach leadership, we're actually doing a Prom Spirit Week this week to raise awareness with the 24 movement and ATS The Bridge. We're completing activities from the Tennessee Reduces Crashes website, like seatbelt selfies and to prevent distracted driving, and taking the prom pledge to not drink and drive or get in a car with someone who is impaired.
What do you want parents to know? What that you're hearing from students? Like I said before, what should parents know that maybe they're not hearing at home?
Well, I think it's important for parents to remember that their kids, while they're on the brink of being adults, they're not grown, and they still need them. It's really important for parents to be proactive and have conversations with their students, to still check their social medias and monitor their cell phones and pay attention to who their friends are. I've also fostered a teenage girl before, and I was the queen at saying, here's a strip, you're going to go take a drug and nicotine test, just to be proactive. Even when I didn't think she was doing it, sure. I wanted her to know that she was going to be checked. So doing things like that to keep your kids like on their toes of, hey, it not only tries to catch them, but it gives them an out in situations where they're peer pressured.
That's tremendous. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Hi. Come on up here. Tell us who you are.
How you doing, Steve? Seth Lamagna. I teach world history at Cleveland High School.
Wow, world history at Cleveland High School. Again, same question. What are you hearing there on campus at Cleveland in your classes?
We have a lot of amazing students, peers that do talk to other students. And I've seen with these programs, with the Bridge and 24/7, there's a lot of exposure. So kids are talking about what they can do to get out of these kind of situations, or the answers that they can maybe give to not be peer pressured into driving with someone that does drink, or even saying no if it's offered to them. So I see a lot of that, but I also do, to echo what Jen just said, parents need to be involved. I don't think there's too much that they can not do to make sure that their students are safe. And kids really do, I think, sometimes need that. And a lot of them, I see that they actually want it. So just checking in, being, what are your plans, hearing what you said about like what they're doing after and where you're going to be, what time. Our social media and our technology age allows that more than ever before. So I think safety and communication is really, really the key.
Thanks so much, Seth. Great to see you. And all right, come on up here. Tell her about who you are.
My name is Brian DeLoach.
You can move that microphone around here.
All right.
There you go, buddy.
My name is Brian DeLoach. I'm a teacher at Cleveland High School. Go Raiders!
Oh, wow. Coming out strong. All right. So, Brian, same thing. Let me just ask you, your students chose you to be here this morning as a representative. What does that mean to you?
Means the world. I can't imagine why, but I'm here and I'm ready to go.
All right. Let's talk about it, though. Maybe, what I love the talk about parents, because what role do you think parents play in all this?
They're the first line of defense. When it comes to safety, more than anything else, the parents are or should be the first line of defense. I would ask that the parents, what I'm hearing from the students is that they are pumped up about prom. I mean, they are so jazzed about prom. We used to think that prom was on its way out. They are more stoked about prom than...
You're getting some dirty looks behind you, by the way.
And the reason I say that is because prom hasn't changed that much. Times have changed a lot, but they haven't changed that much. There's a lot of pageantry. There's a lot of societal pressure. This is seen as sort of the peak of a lot of kids, the peak or the capstone of a lot of kids' high school experiences. And I would ask that the parents remember their prom nights. I would ask that they would remember their prom nights, the good times and the bad, maybe even some of the temptations, some of the regrets that they faced, and I would ask that the parents would talk to their kids with those things in mind about prom night, the good and the bad. I think that will allow their student to, place those things within a narrative, and it really will hit home better.
Brian, thank you so much for being here. All right, come on up here. Tell us who you are. Get your energy drink, please. We'll just keep moving here, Brian.
Hi, I'm Michaela Brooks, and I teach at Bradley Central High School.
Michaela, same question. Your students chose you to be here. What does that mean to you?
It means the world to me, like everybody else has said. This is my first graduating class. I've only taught for 4 years. And so just knowing that they trust me with certain topics to discuss and that they can put their faith in me just means a lot to me.
What are the students talking about prom at Bradley, and what's your advice to parents this morning?
Well, luckily I teach in the freshman academy, so I don't get too many prom discussions going on in my room. But I think the seniors that do come in and see me, it's just the same thing. Just make sure that you can have open communication with the parents between the kids. Make sure that you know what they're doing, what's going on in their life, and just be active and engaged in their prom night and in their life in general.
Well, it's great to see you. We'll see you
Thank
tomorrow
you.
for the Barrett's championship rally. Cambria and I are kind of related, so
Kinda.
your sister Amy is my sister-in-law. So
Yes.
so Cambria Hamilton.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes. And I teach at Bradley.
And
I'm
you
also
teach-
in the 9th grade academy with Michaela.
Yeah. So same question that you've been hearing here, Cambria. I mean, prom and what it means to you and these students.
Yeah, they're excited. I've seen lots of dresses. They're all really excited, but just kind of, reiterating what the rest of the teachers have said. They got to be safe. I tell them how heartbroken I would be if anything were to ever happen to them. Please make sure that you're safe. Please make sure that you're telling your parents where you're going to be, checking in, all the things.
So Cambria, the mock crash is a
Yes.
big deal. My friend Lindsay Bell directs that at Bradley with a lot of great people. It's been awarded. It's become a big deal. We're getting ready for that. Talk about the impact of the mock crash at Bradley.
So I'm actually in the mock crash this year. I am. I play Brittany Zachman's mom, and unfortunately, she is the driver that ends up killing some of the students. So it's really important because I never had anything like this in school, and I feel like if I had, or if the students around me had, it would have made a really big impact because they don't see just, like a commercial. They see like the kids they go to school with actually getting hurt and the consequences of it.
All right. Well, listen, congratulations to all of you for being selected by your students to be here. That's the highest honor I could. My mom was a teacher for over 30 years, so I understand teachers and families and that sort of thing. That's a big deal. So thank you for being here very, very much. All right.